Hey Leeka Loves. So today's video is gonna be different. It's gonna be a story time, and it's about the time that I almost got crazy with some girl I did not know, and I almost got into a fist fight. I do not fight. I don't fight because I haven't been in a particular situation to want to fight. I would for my friends, and that's the whole point, is like, don't mess with my friends because then I'll get into a situation like this. But if you want to see how I got this look, and if you want to hear what happened, stay tuned, Leeka Loves. Okay, so this has got to be, I will say this was 3 years ago. I was in my second year of college, I'm pretty sure. And I was back home, so this was the summertime. I'm not really sure the month, but it was definitely the summertime. My friends were going out. I was fairly new, like, just to give background, when I was in high school. I didn't really do much of the going out partying and stuff until my later years, so maybe in like my senior year. So once I got to college, I was going out, like out all the time. And I was just like exploring like what liquor I didn't like, did like. Don't drink underage, don't do it. So by that time, I personally felt like I had a better handle on my tolerance, right? Because I'm like, oh, I know that my limit, or whatever the case may be. So let me just give that background, because alcohol is an important part to this story. I have 6 best friends. There's 7 of us all together, and those are my sisters. I don't want to say their names in this video, so I'm gonna try to find substitutes for who. I hope that when they watch it, they know who I'm talking about for each scenario and each person. So let's see. I'm gonna name I'm gonna name them fruits. So apple, orange, banana. I hope they know who I'm talking about. Cause like, I really want them to like laugh with me with the story, because the story is funny. Apple, orange, banana. We all go out with my friend, who I am going to name Rapper. It is his fault why we got into this mess. It was basically a lounge in Baldwin, which is a town near me where I live in Long Island. It was our first time going there. We'd never heard of it before. Where I live, like the area where I live, there really isn't many lounges or like hangout spots. So this was kind of like fun, new, exciting. And once again, we all had our own little taste of our own separate college experience. But at that time, I feel like we all were like, oh, like we know, like we've seen enough, or we've had enough experimenting on our own to know our limits, and whatever the case. We were all getting ready to get out, and my friend Rapper was taking us. He was driving. Cool. We get to the place, and let me just take a pause. I'm not the kind of person to be super anal or very picky about places I go to. Like I said, when I was in my freshman year of school, because at this time, this was around my sophomore year, so my freshman year of school, I was kind of going with the flow, because of course I wasn't 21, so if I was going anywhere, I really did have to go with the flow of wherever would like accept me. So I really wasn't like upset if it wasn't the most upscale, like fancy place. But this place was the most confusing looking setup like I've ever seen for a lounge. We first walked in, we walked into like a little seating area that was small. Then there was this big couch, and there was a couple of seats at the bar. Like it was so messy in there. The main bad vibe though was that there was no one there. Super empty. So we're like, you know what? Let's just go back to the car. We had bought little, thought juices, which I don't know, whoever's watching this who's not from New York would be like, what are you talking about? They're like the strawberritas and mangaritas and whatever. We had bought those to drink, so you're like, you know what? Let's just drink the rest of those right now in the car. and hopefully by the time we get out of the car, there's more people. But let me go back and rewind, because I'm missing the most important part that triggered the whole issue in the first place. In New York, with any lounges or clubs or whatever the case may be, there's usually a fee for guys and women are free. In this case, women were not free. I think it was around $10 or something for each person. I mean, each woman. So I was annoyed by that because I was used to, I guess, not paying. So I was just like, whatever, I guess we'll do it. We're already here. So we ended up paying the girl that was at the door the $10. So at that point, we're drinking. We're just, you know, we're trying to play our own music, kind of get ourselves like hype on our own. And we started taking like pictures. We're all just trying to like, you know, keep busy, which is so weird because it's like if I go out and I'm ready, like, I don't know about you guys, but if I pump myself already to go out, it's like, ugh, now I gotta like re-pump myself again to go back inside because it's that dead. Like, that was already kind of like a bad sign. Clearly ignored the sign because I stayed out and almost got into a fight. I would say like maybe 30 minutes has passed, and Rapper had invited some of his friends, so he was like, let's just wait until they come, like let's wait until more people are there. Cool. His friends come, there's another like group of people that come, so we're like, all right, like I guess it's time for us to go inside and try again. We get back inside. Now it's a little less empty, there's a little bit more people, but their music was coming from, it was like a jukebox that you could control. It really had like us, the people who were there, to go to their, you know, their setting, changing the music on like a jukebox and putting our phones in, and like I just didn't understand. Like, they did not prepare. They didn't prepare for us to come. Like, you have an event at this lounge that's supposed to be new, and y'all don't even have an adequate DJ. So that turned me all the way off. Me and my friends were sitting, literally just sitting in one spot on this little couch, the bigger couch, I guess, so we could all fit, just sitting there because the music wasn't even that great. Whoever was doing the music wasn't that great to begin with. We were really just sitting there like, yo, like, what's going on? So now me and my friends, Orange, Apple, Banana, we're looking at Rapper like, why you bring us here and the vibes aren't even lit? Like, what is going on? We were waiting, you know, for everything to happen. We were thinking like, okay, the bar is open, but there's no one there at the bar serving anything. So what is the point of there being a whole bar and no one's even there serving at the bar? It's not like we came really early or something. We came later to the party on purpose. So it's like, how you not like, I'm bougie, but I'm understanding if a situation is not panning out the way y'all plan it to be. They could have at least been honest and been on some like, hey, can you guys wait like a couple more minutes? We're not ready yet, we're not set up. Literally, there was nothing going on at that event. Like, the bar, there was no one at the bar. There was, the person who greeted us wasn't very nice either, and the music was not even music. Like, what kind of party am I going to right now? Then also, I think that I'm more patient out of my friends for stuff like that, like little party mishaps, but especially my friend Orange, who you will hear more about in the story later. She's not the one to be waiting around. Like, her patience goes like this. Even Banana too. Banana's calm, but once again, they don't got patience to be waiting around for something to happen if nothing's gonna happen. You know, my friends were getting agitated as we were sitting there like, this music is trash, this music is trash. And I remember trying to like snap and still like try to enjoy, but it was just so hard to enjoy, like, period. So now let's move on to the second part where someone actually comes to the bar. All right, so now someone comes to the bar. We're like, you know what? we're already kind of annoyed. We're here. We might as well just give this a chance. I do not remember what I ordered, but I do remember that they didn't have like a lot of stuff. So like we were asking for certain things and they were like, oh, we don't have that. It was not good. I remember that. You know, like when you're already like lit and you're drinking, so like everything kind of tastes good. I remember telling Banana like, yo, my drink's not even like tasty. Like it doesn't even like taste nice. At this point, what are we gonna do with the rest of our night? Because we're not staying. Honestly and truly, there was no staff. Like there was one person at the door, a security guard, one person at the bar, and that was it. That's not a, to me, that's not a staff. So that was annoying. And at this point, I think this is why the situation escalated so quickly, is because, you know, we did do our little pre-game and we were drinking pretty fast. So I feel like by this time, this is when we were just like, yo, we're feeling lit. Like we shouldn't be staying here at this bar that we're not even having fun at if we're in our peak like litness right now. I go up to Rapper because out of all my friends, I feel like me and Rapper, like my girlfriends that I came with, me and Rapper have a very close relationship. That's my brother. If he's watching this, he's gonna know who this is, but he's my brother. So I went up to him and I was like, yo, look, bro, like we have to find something else to do. The girls are not with it. I'm not with it. Like, it's over. Like, let's find something else. As he's looking for plans, I tell the girls, like, hey, like, he's looking for plans. But at this point, the way this party went, the way the service was, how there was no service to really begin with, we shouldn't be paying for this. And all my friends agreed, like, yo, we as women, first of all, shouldn't be paying for anything. What do we look like paying for anything in the first place? We did it off the strength that, and also another backstory, like the person, I guess, who was hosting the party or who was promoting it was Rapper's friend. And so I think that's why we were trying so hard to kind of like stay and wait for him to come, so it wouldn't be like, you know, we're just leaving his party that he invited us to and whatever, trying to be respectful, but like, please, just, we're talking to each other like, how are we about to do this? Like, how are we about to ask him to get our money back? Like at first it was a joke, and then the more we kept talking about how absurd it was that we paid in the first place, we started getting hyped. This is one trait about myself that I can definitely admit. Pisces women, we're really soft, sensitive, feminine women, but really don't play us. Just don't do it. If we feel like we're getting played, it builds up, and then the soft, sweet, sensitive little situation, she's over with. Now granted, like I'm saying, we were drinking, so technically, you know, we paid for what we paid for. Like, yeah, the situation didn't go well and it wasn't a good party, but we can't necessarily go back on the fact that like we paid for it. We sat, you know, we took the risk of it being a bad party and we paid for it. So now we have to deal with, you'll see. I feel like I'm super contoured right now and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that, period. Like she's giving very chiseled. Let's get to the part where we're trying to leave. We have decided we're going to ask the girl at the door, like, yo, what's up with us? Like, can we get our money back? Because that whole party was a waste of time for us, for other people, because it wasn't like, you know, when we were trying to leave, there were other people who were leaving, and that made us want to leave more, because it's like, damn, like, it's not even only us, like, other people are trying to dip right now too, because what is going on? I didn't do my nose. Y'all about to let me not finish my nose? I can't believe y'all better check me. So we go up to the girl now. I regret this because it was me and Orange who were the most like lit, most turned up, that we're going to go talk to this woman about getting our money back. Me and Orange are both water signs. We both have that same flip switch. I think that Cancers have less of a flip switch than me. Like, it's way more like fluctuating. Like, it doesn't take that much for a Cancer to get, you feel me? I regret that we were the first people to talk to her because I feel like we came off very strong, and that is what set off the issue. Go up to her and we're like, hey, like, this party was really not really a party. We barely got served. And we would like to know if there's any way you can give us our money back. Like, just flat out. How do we think, like, in my head now that I think about, like, how do we think that was gonna go? We thought that homegirl was gonna be like, yeah, sure, like, we didn't make any money tonight because our party was trash, but you gotta take yours back. It didn't go very well. Once we had asked her, her first response was just a calm, like, no, we can't give you your money back. That's just not a thing. And so I think it was either, I think I came up to her first, or maybe, no, I think it was Orange who asked her first. So I came up behind Orange on some like, well, this is the reason why we feel like we should, like, you guys were not checking on us. There was nobody in the lounge, really. There's no one there. The music, we were trying to explain to her like everything that was going wrong for us to feel like that. I was trying to say that to her, to be like, we're not coming up to you for no reason. We're not just being assholes right now. We genuinely feel like you guys did a really bad job at being hostesses of this establishment. Like, I was not saying it so proper. I was saying like, yo, y'all really need to step up what's going on in here, because no one was checking on us. I got a drink at the end. The drink was bad. The one wasn't even being attempted. Y'all even have lit. Like, I was going off. Okay, now me and Orange together are talking to this one girl. This girl literally looked like a foot, and I'm not talking about her face, because her face wasn't that cute either. I'm talking about the size of her foot, stump, short. That was the thing that baffled me the most at the whole ordeal. It's like, girl, where you think you about to be? You're gonna talk up to me right now? Like, you're about to yell up at me? Because that's what you're doing. You have no other means to get in my face besides looking up at me, which looks wrong on your part. So me and Orange were going back and forth with the girl. Banana had stepped in, and she was like, y'all, like, let's just give up on this, because she's not gonna let y'all get your money back. And I'm like, no, like, why not? Give me a valid reason. She wasn't really giving us a reason. I think she was just over us both talking to her face, and she was just like, forget this, like, I'm tired of hearing y'all. I'm pretty sure she was just tired of two drunk individuals yelling in her face about $10. That situation was not gonna go my way, but I was lit. Okay, things happen when you lit, period. The argument slows down a little bit. We're leaving, and me and Orange, once again, like, we're still a little lit. Orange is still not feeling it. So now me and Orange are kind of saying, we're kind of talking a little bit of ish in the parking lot. We were going back to Rapper's car, because at this point we're gonna leave. The situation's getting a little bit escalated. We're kind of talking our little shit, you know, in the parking lot, like, y'all are whack. Y'all didn't have even a good party. Y'all didn't do X, Y, and Z. This is trash, blah, blah, blah. Then the girl decides to walk from her little spot by the lounge and try to come into the parking lot and talk some shit back. I said, now listen. Listen, foot. That's what I'm gonna call her, foot. This is not the problem you want in the least bit. Don't gas yourself up. Just don't do it. Like, girl, just cut it, because it's not gonna work for you. She starts coming up. That's when, you know, I feel like I kind of ignited. Orange ignited. Apple in the back, because Apple's calm. When Apple gets drunk, she's a crier. She be like, you know, she's an emotional crier, so she's like, love you guys. Like, she's one of those. Like, she's not into that whole confrontation thing, you know? And then even, I'm pretty sure what other fruit? Like, melon. I'm pretty sure melon was there too, and she was chilling. Yeah, but regardless, they were in the back still like, oh, if this is about to turn into something, this is about to turn into something. Like, what she wanna do? She comes up closer, and I was like, where are you going? Like, I remember saying, like, where is she going? She's not coming over here. Like, she's not coming over here. And so me and Orange start walking towards her too, like, what's good? Like, what's the tea? Now we're yelling back and forth, but then she decided to use the B word, the word that'll get you popped. Like, you're a dragon. We're just angry customers at this point, and now you're dragging it and making it seem like you have beef with us, like you know us, like over this you could be upset, you can be your little bag, but you don't have to do all of that extra. To me, that was extra. Maybe our approach was extra, but whatever. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. This is where stuff turned left. My dear friend Stephanie makes these beautiful, how adorable is this packaging too? Just so cute, so adorable. Plush Glamour Cosmetics. This is in the shade Dream Bubble. I had to do a quick little shout out for my girl. As we're both at this point approaching each other, guess who decides to pop in after all, mind you, all this is going on, right? Like, this is happening, it's public, we're in a parking lot. I'm pretty sure other people have seen already, and I'm actually 100% sure that other people were looking, because it was loud enough to be like heard. Definitely loud enough to cause some kind of scene. And guess who decides to pull up in the middle of the back and forth? The security guard. The security guard, who did basically nothing the entire party, decides to put his big boy pants on and pull up into the argument on some, I got it on me if there's a problem. I got it on me. When I tell you, that set me all the way off, because it's like, one, these are women who are literally, I'm 5'5", Orange is probably 5'5", the foot was a foot. There's no possible way that you need to put all that bass, all that energy, all that force talking about you got it on you for 3 women arguing. Are you joking? And then what annoyed me more is, like, literally this whole party you did absolutely nothing. Nigga, what were you doing? Like, nothing at all. Like, and now you want to pop up? You look foolish. That escalated it more. If he had just left it alone, I feel like we would have had a nice little bicker back and forth, and then we would have, like, dipped into our cars and kind of like whatever. When me and Orange heard that, it was awesome. So what are you gonna do with it? I remember looking at him like, so what are you gonna do? Use it? You're gonna use it? What kind of, what? The Lord was with me, because that set me all the way off. I cannot stand when men want to flex in a situation that doesn't need no flexing for. Relax. You don't need to be stepping into this. Granted, once that happened and the little foot got hype, she was like, yeah, like, what's up? Like, I said, oh, this man stepped in for you, now you feel comfortable. Hate to see it. That was the worst part, because then me and Orange were over it. We were screaming at the girl, we called her the B word, cursing at her, to the point where Banana got pissed and was like, y'all, we are leaving. Get in the car. Get into the van. Get into the van. I'm not doing this any longer. Get into the van. Like, she went into mama mode. She was over it. She was over us, 2 little drunkies, yelling, going back and forth with this grown-ass man. And this also, because we were lit, like, we were literally in the van still yelling at the girl, like, still screaming at her, cursing her out in the van, like someone could hear us. Just a mess. I was like, I'm never coming back to Poland. I'm never coming back over here. They could, like, I was pissed. We went home and I was like, yeah, that was not for us, y'all. Like, it was not our time. I just think it's so funny how quick that escalated because we were lit. I feel like if we weren't lit, we would have just left and been annoyed. And even like now in this day, like this day and age, I know we would never do that. I'm only popping off if it's really something particular to one of my friends, like someone that she knows is there that she doesn't like or something like that. This girl, if I saw her today, I would have no idea who she is.
I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
I didn't remember the security guard's face, the bartender's face, anybody's face. So that was my story time about the first time I almost got into a fist fight. I mean, granted, it's not really clickbait. I know we didn't actually swing, but I was ready to. Like, if he hadn't, and which is funny because I mentioned that earlier, but like if he hadn't jumped in, I'm pretty sure she would have got popped. Because it was me and my friend both heated, and you're coming up trying to get crazy. What was she gonna expect? 2 water signs against anybody is about to be a problem. Period. That was my story time. If you guys liked it, I know I'm gonna cringe editing this, but my friends said that they wanted to hear our story time and see more personalities, so here I am. I hope that I get some feedback, and then I'll do another poll on my makeup page, which is at Makeup by Leeka. And I'll see what I'm going to talk about next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.